welcome to day 30 of our challenge. Today it was just going to be a flow, but I think we're just going to have a little bit of fun with our dancer that we did in the class before, and maybe a little bit more some balancing flows. But it does mean we need to fire up our whole body. So let's get started. So let's start sitting. Just have a little rock. Make sure that you can find your sit bones. And make sure that the way that you've got your legs is comfortable, and if you need to change it, change it. Roll the shoulders, maybe move the head, wiggle the jaw, and just take a moment to close down the eyes or just soften the gaze. And take a moment to arrive, not just physically on the mat, but mentally. Arriving in the body. Preparing the body for its practice today. And the perfect way to bring everything together is by finding the breath. So finding the Ujjayi breath. But if Ujjayi breath is not for you, you could always come to your Nadi Shodhana breath, equal breath. But just taking time to still the body, ground ourselves in the present moment, and maybe even set an intention or a goal for today's practice. Something positive, something achievable, and something that we can carry with us for the rest of the day. I wish you a beautiful practice. Gently open the eyes. Give the shoulders a little roll. Up, back, down and round. And in the other direction. Bringing the hands together, rolling out our wrists. And as we roll out our wrists, I like to move in my head. Okay, so gently taking the hands underneath the chin. On the inhale, you're going to lift the chin, open the arms, arch the back. Exhale, draw it in, rounding in. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, rounding it in. Again, opening up and bringing it in. Again, inhale. Exhale. The next inhale, raise the arms, arch the back. Exhale, press away. This time, inhale, arch the back. As you exhale, the arms go over the head, rounding in the body. Inhale to lift, look up. Exhale to round in. Again. Good. Keep the hands behind the head. Just sit up straight and we'll lean over to a side. And up and over to the other side. Again. And again. Coming back to neutral, twisting to a side. It doesn't matter which. Coming back. And again, a little twist to the other way. Coming on back. Releasing the arms, interlacing the fingers behind the back. Puff the chest. Have a little move here. If it feels good today, of course, you can take the hands over the head, but it's not necessary. Good. And then slowly releasing. Switch over legs if you are sitting in Sukhasana. And we'll start a nice little Sufi roll around. Getting into your back, hips. And we can always go in the other direction. Good. And then gently come on up. The leg that's in front of you, take a hold of the leg and the knee and we'll have a little cradle. I like to hold on to my leg and give the ankle a little roll. And we can change the direction. Then gently place this foot onto the floor. Have a little sit and a little raise of that sit bone and just closing the knee, opening. So it's more about the hip, not more about the knee, but just a little gentle open and close. Noticing any clunks. Mine always clunk. Good, and then gently come on back. Switching over legs, having a little cradle. And then a little roll of our ankles. A little change of the direction. And then a little place of that foot down, a little move of that leg. This one feels so much easier. Good. And then bring it all together. Making our way into 4-point kneeling, tabletop. Tuck your toes. Let's have a big movement. It doesn't matter how it looks. It's more about how it feels. Always into ribs, feet, wrists, heads. You can always have a cat-cow rolling. Some forward movement. Lovely. Good. Gently release the toes, sit back onto the heels. Coming back up, circling the arms back, up, forward. Look forwards, have a slither all the way up onto your belly. Squeeze the glutes, have some movement here. Good. Support yourself with your right forearm, gently grabbing your left ankle. Have a little movement here, have a little move into your shoulder. Gently release. Other side. So not just only waking up the quad, waking up your shoulder. Gently release. Up, back. Again, sitting back onto the shins. Taking the arms up, back, around, forwards. Slithering your way forwards, up into your cobra. Have a little movement. And we'll do it again. Couple more times. Just sitting back. Squeezing the glutes, opening the front chain of the body. Hinging and folding. Scooping our way through and up. And then back to your shins. One more. Sitting back. Coming forwards. Slithering right up. This time up and back to downward facing dog. When you get to your down dog, pedaling it out, walking it out, swaying the hips. Good. Right right leg, step to the outside of your right hand. Option to find your bricks with me. Have a big circular movement just in towards that hip, in towards your hamstring, in towards your back and shoulders. Make sure you're circling the other way. Lovely. And then step it back to downward facing dog. And we'll go with your second side. So left leg to the outside of the hand. Again, using your bricks. Then encourage the big circular movement again. And we can change the direction. And then we can step it back. You can move your bricks out of the way. Good, looking forwards, walking your feet towards your hands and then hanging in your rag doll. Allow the head to soften. Lovely. And when you're ready, rolling up through your body. Make sure you're happy with the distance of your feet. So it must be a comfortable Tadasana. Pulling up, drawing everything together. Bend your knees, sit low, chair pose, inhale. Exhale, take the arms behind you, interlace the fingers, puff the chest, open the heart. Exhale, deep forward fold, taking the arms overhead. Come back to chair, inhale, find that little arch in the back. Great time to stick out the bottom. Sit low. Again, bring everything back in, diving forward for your deep forward fold. Release the arms to the floor. Step back with your right foot. Lower the knee down. Shifting your weight forward. Reach your left arm forward, back and around. Options to stay here. If your body feels ready, you can bend the back leg and take a hold of the ankle. If it's not ready, just staying in your lunge, having the twist in your body. Nice. Gently release. Engage the back leg, ground your back heel, lift up warrior one. Inhale. Holding it here. Pull up that back knee, close your rib cage. Pivot on the back foot, finding high lunge. Lean your body forward, reach your arms behind you, loading your front leg. Hold. Big step with the back foot to join the front foot into this leaning chair pose. Close the ribs. Interlace the fingers, lift the torso, arch the back, puff the chest. Good. Hinge and fold all the way down. Lovely. Release the arms to the floor. Step back with your left foot, finding that lunge. Lower the back knee. Reaching right arm forward, back and round, maybe grabbing a hold of the foot. Gently releasing, engaging the back knee, ground the back heel, lift off warrior one. Arms behind you, puff the chest, open the heart. Slowly release the arms, reach them back forwards, but in the diagonal with the torso. Pivot on that back foot, step forward to chair pose. Reach the arms behind you like you're going down a little hill. Hold it here. Lift up onto the heels. Hold it here. Lower the heels. Deep forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to your plank pose. Shift forwards. Option to lower your knees through your chaturanga. Up to your back bend of choice. Back and up, downward facing dog. Right leg through the gates of the arms, ground your back heel, cartwheel your arms, finding your warrior two. Shifting forward, forearm to thigh, back arm up and over, side angle. Reverse your warrior, taking the arm back, Opening up that side body. Straighten your front leg. Rebend into the front leg. Again, straighten the front leg. Rebending. Back to your warrior two. Pivot on that back foot, finding high lunge. That back foot is going to step all the way up to an H balance. Lift up. Good. Hold it here. Bringing the knees to kiss. Hold it here. Hold it here. Start to take the leg behind you, straightening up for a nice little arabesque or a warrior three with your arms high. Hold it here. Bring the feet together, bend your knees, sit low, chair pose. Arms behind you, belly comes forward into that little downhill chair. Lift the heels. Lower the heels, deep forward fold. Step back with your right foot. Ground the heel. Cartwheel your arms, warrior two. Check your foundations. Shifting forward, forearm to thigh, back arm up and over, side angle. Reverse your warrior. Good, straighten the front leg. Bending into the front leg. Straightening your front leg. Bending, one more. Lovely. Back through your warrior two. Pivot on that back foot. Okay, here's the big ask. Big step up to that H balance. Good. Bringing the knees to kiss. Take the leg behind you, extending into like an arabesque. Hold it here. Bring the feet together. Exhale, deep forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, plank pose. Shift forwards. Chaturanga. Scoop up to your cobra. Back and up, downward facing dog. Left leg through the gates of the arms. Ground your back heel. Back through your warrior two. Option to find your brick in front of you if you choose to. Rib shift forward, taking your hand to the brick or the floor. Taking the back leg up to your half moon. Option to bend that back leg. Grab the ankle. Open up into a candy cane, but keep the hips open for this one. Don't close them. Holding it here. Extending the leg back out for that half moon. Bending into the front leg. Back to your warrior two. Excellent. Pivot on that back foot. Reach the arms behind you. Shift forward, take flight to your warrior three. Make sure your hips are pointing down this time. Hold it here. As you bring the torso up, bend the knee. Bring the knee together with the other. Options to stay here and do no more. Options to take both hands around the ankle. I like to interlace. Puff the chest, open the heart, and take it into like a little dancer, but very different. Opening up your chest. Beautiful. Bring it all back together. Raise the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, deep forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Step back to your plank pose. Let's take our vinyasa. So shift forward. Chaturanga. Scoop up to your up dog or cobra. Back to your down dog. Right leg through the gates of the arms. Ground your back heel. Finding warrior two on that second side. Shift forward. Find your brick. Let's go lift off with the back leg to your half moon pose. Good. Keep it open. Bend the knee. Embrace the wobbles. Take hold of the ankle for your candy cane. Keep the hips open. Lovely. Rebend. Let it go. Back to your half moon. Back to your warrior two. Pivot on the back foot. We're going to take flight into our warrior three. If you can, bring everything together, the knees kiss. Take a hold of the ankle. Open the chest, puff the heart. Engage and into a different take of dancer. Let it go. Raise it up. Inhale. Exhale, deep forward fold. Halfway lift. Let's take our last vinyasa, stepping back to plank pose. Shift forward, chaturanga. Scoot up to cobra or up dog. Back to down dog. Let's hold this here for 5 breaths. Good, look forwards. Walk your feet towards your hands, but bend the knees. You're going to slot the knees onto the elbows or the back of the arms. You're going to look forward. Really push up through the shoulder blades. Looking forward, maybe shift. And maybe we have a little lift off to our crow. Stepping it back. Have a second and we'll do it again. If you're taking a little flight with our crow, doing 1 foot at a time, perfect. But you've got to stay strong through your upper body. Lovely. And bringing it down. Finding a little malasana where you can allow your body to ease. And if you feel ready, hopping onto your bottom, extending your legs. Oh, excellent. Beautiful. Bend, doesn't matter which leg, I'm going to bend my left. Open my hip, square my hips, raising my arm up, and then taking my Janushirasana. Now straps are good here, blocks are good here. But again, it's not about head to knee, even though that's what the pose is called. I want you to try and think extension through the spine and nose over the toes. And stretch out those hamstrings that have contracted, lengthened, worked pretty hard. Lovely. Gently come on up. The same leg that is bent. Align the knees. We're going to go half cow. So again, walking ourselves forward. I want the stretch more in the underneath leg, more than anything else. Good, slowly come up that same leg, lifting it up and bringing it onto the floor. Left hand behind you, right hand lifts up on the inhale. Exhale to twist around to your left. Good, coming back to neutral. Twist in the other direction just for a little counter before you stretch the leg out. Let's go second side. Drawing the knee in, opening out. Remember to plug it in. Sit tall, raise the arms on the inhale and the exhale going forward. Slowly coming on up, making our way into our half cow face, so aligning the knees. Again, walking ourselves forward. Slowly coming on up, bringing that foot to the floor. Right hand behind you, left hand lifts up, and on the exhalation, we twist around. Slowly coming back around, twisting in the opposite direction, and bringing ourselves to neutral. Bending your knees, squidging your way forward, rolling down, drawing the knees into your chest. Have a little rock. Keep your hands on your knees, just separate your knees, but it's more about massaging the lower back into the mat. Rolling out your shoulders. Change the directions. Good. Extend your legs up towards the ceiling, give them a little shake and a little rub and a little release. We can make our way into our happy baby. If a shoulder stand does feel good, it's a really nice time to do it now. I'm going to make my way into a happy butterfly, which is just bringing the soles of the feet together, and a little rock. And when you feel ready, let's make our way into our final resting place. So may that be lying flat, may it be lying on your side, or even coming up onto a seat, or even lying on your belly. You can have a hand on the heart, a hand on the belly, arms away from you. Knock kneed like I am, just to take the pressure out of our lower backs. Make sure that you are comfortable. And wherever you have now placed your body, allow yourself to sink into the mat. Allow yourself to find some stillness here. And I like this opportunity to notice how my body feels. Are there any signs that it's worked? Any signs where maybe you could have stepped it up or maybe not gone as far? It's a perfect time just to check in. How does the body feel? What have you done this morning that may have been a little different? Or what could have you done? And after you've asked yourself those questions, ask yourself, what more can I do to allow myself to be still, to be comfortable, to allow myself the rest it needs before I go about the rest of my day? You're more than welcome to stay as you are, or you could give yourself a little wiggle, a little movement. We could roll to a side, and of course you can bring yourself up to a seat with me. More than welcome just to roll the shoulders, bow the head and thank the body, or you could draw the hands to your heart centers and bow your heads and thank your bodies. And as always, I thank you for letting me be your guide.